do any more than I already have. I mean, it all happened so fast. I couldn't get a good look at either one of them.
Well, there's got to be something you can remember about them. What were they? Tall, short, fat, ugly? What were they wearing? A coat, mask, pajamas, swimming suits?
Did they sneak up on you from behind? Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, no. Well, not quite. I mean, I heard the elevator door open, and I thought it was Miss Huntington and her husband
Miss Huntington and her husband, Sarah?
Oh, I mean Mr. and Mrs. Dorn. And I thought they were coming home early, so I went to get their coats. And the next thing I knew, these two big men jumped out of the elevator and grabbed me.
Big men, terrific. That covers half of Monticello.
Well, I've checked through most of my jewels. As far as I can tell, the only things that are missing are a few bracelets and rings, things that I hadn't put back in the case. But the case is still there.
Well, Mrs. Dorn, we're going to need as good a description of them as possible.
Oh, well, I don't know. They didn't take terribly much. At least my furs are still in the closet.
Well, they obviously took only what they could carry out of here inconspicuously.
But how? I mean, I'm supposed to have 24-hour security in this building, and the only way out is through that elevator and the service hallway.
All through the terrace. I mean, if burglars could fly.
You'll have to make a thorough check of what's missing, Mrs. Dorn. I'm sure you've made a list of possessions for, say, your insurance policies.
Insurance? Oh, to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure I have a theft insurance.
I'm surprised, Mrs. Dorn. I thought a business person like yourself would...
Well, I can't be bothered with that trivia, and besides, Wade used to take care of it.
Oh, Mr. Meacham is not around anymore to take care of things. Well, I'll have to take your affairs in hand myself.
Well, look, I don't care about the insurance. What I care about is it's the fact that I feel violated. I mean, to think of those strangers in here with their grubby hands on anything.
And to say nothing of what they did to poor Sarah. Are you sure you're all right, my dear?
Oh, yes, I think so. I'm just shaking a little, that's all.
Well, I'm shaking, too, and I think I could use that a little more than you, if you don't mind.
Well, I've just had rather extensive a tour of the building by the superintendent.
And?
And the freight elevator doesn't operate after 6 p.m. It's locked with a key.
Yeah, well, Miss Albright said that they came in through the front elevator.
Miss Albright?
Oh, that's me.
Oh, to think I never even knew your last name, Sarah.
Go on, Calvin. Did you get a chance to talk to the doorman?
Oh, yeah, I talked to him all right. There are two of them, a day man and a night man. The night man's name is Oscar. He comes on at 5 p.m., although sometimes he alternates with the day man.
Yeah, but he was working last night, so what did he have to tell you?
Well, nothing at all. It just seems that, I don't know, he couldn't swear that nobody could have gotten by him last night.
That is impossible. They've assured me that door's watched and guarded 24 hours a day.
Well, yes, but let's face it. I mean, even a doorman has to heed the call of nature sometimes.
Well, then he should have found somebody to watch the door while he did.
Now, theoretically, that's what they were always supposed to do, but Oscar admits that there are just some times when he can't find anyone. I'm afraid, in my opinion, the entrance to the building and your private elevator were not necessarily being watched every minute last night.
Just the same, they would have to have perfect timing, and they would also have to know what the chances were.
Well, unless Oscar's habits are regular.
Oh, if I may say so, I think he has another habit. The polite word for it is tippling.
Well, you mean he drinks?
Yes. I've detected faint whiffs of John Barleycorn on his breath. Haven't you, my dear?
No, I haven't. And quite frankly, I'm not at all satisfied with this explanation.
Frankly, neither am I, Mrs. Dorn. Calvin, what do you think about running a make on this Oscar, whatever his name
Well,
is?
I've already got some basic information. We'll find out if he's got a record.
Oh, but I'm sure Oscar had nothing to do with it. He's such a nice man.
Wouldn't be the first time that a building employee was enlisted for doing an inside job, Miss Albright.
But it's not his fault, honestly. I mean, he's a decent man with a family. I mean, it would be wrong to get him into trouble. Don't you agree, Mrs. Dorn?
Well, I really don't know. I really don't.
Well, I'm sure that Mr. Dorn agrees with me, don't you?
We wouldn't want anyone to get into trouble, Miss Albright. Darling, nothing much was taken after all, and nobody got hurt. I'd say this whole thing is being taken a little bit too seriously.
Well, when do you expect Detective Guthrie to return? Oh, I suppose Officer Saxon is with him? No messages. You know, wait a second. Is Chief Marceau in? Well, could you connect me with him? Draper Scott. I'm an attorney and personal friend. Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
Yes, Draper. What can I do for you?
Bill, I'm sorry to bother you so late, but everybody else that I called in your department that I know is out at the moment.
Well, at the moment, Draper, this town is popping with robberies and homicides. Got a half a dozen burglaries, 2 barroom killings, and some assorted petty crimes to deal with.
Well, there's only one crime I'm interested in, Bill, and I'm sure you know which one that is.
Yeah, the Meacham murder.
No. The crime against Winter Austin. She's innocent. Look, that's not the reason I called. Bill, I need a favor.
Oh, what kind?
Something very strange happened this evening. Somebody dropped off a gun at my apartment.
A gun?
Yeah. They left it anonymously. I didn't know what it was when I opened the package with my hands, so I think I ruined whatever chance we're going to have to get a decent print from it.
Draper, what kind of a gun is it? Can you describe it?
Well, I don't have the model name, but I have a pretty good suspicion that it's a .25 caliber.
Good Lord.
That's just what I thought you'd say, Bill. 25 caliber, the same kind that killed Wade Meacham. Since I'm the defense attorney, I just put 2 and 2 together.
Look, Draper, I'd like to get that gun sent over to ballistics as soon as possible.
No, wait a second, Bill. I didn't have to tell you about this midnight delivery. We're not even sure that it is evidence in the Meacham case. It's in my possession right now, and as you know...
Yes, I know. Possession is 9/10 of the law, but I can't believe that you withhold any evidence.
No, but before I make up my mind what I'm going to do with it, the police are going to have to do something for me.
What is it you want?
I have the registration number right here. That means you might have the name of the person who owns this piece in your files. Before I do anything with the gun, I want to know who owns it.
All right, Draper. Let me have that number.
Appreciate it, Bill. I know it's a hell of a time to have somebody check out records.
Don't worry about it, Draper. I'll get the information if I have to check it out myself, because I'm just as curious about this as you are.
You know, I think we're both thinking along the same lines. Somebody found this gun. They didn't want to get involved, and so they sent it to me anonymously.
Yeah, but you know what puzzles me, Draper? Why didn't they send it to the police?
Bill, I can't answer that.
All right, let me see what I can find out. You want me to get back to you tonight or in the morning?
No, tonight, Bill. I'm not going to be able to do much of anything until I hear from you.
What about April?
April's sleeping, Bill. I'll go in the bedroom and disconnect the phone. That way she won't be disturbed. And thanks a lot. Looking forward to hearing from you.
All right, Draper.
I hate to let you sleep while you're still mad at me. Damn, Margo Huntington. I never did understand those mother-in-law jokes. Until now. I wonder if you know how much I love you, April.
That's all I ever hear around here. Margo, Margo,
And all
Margo.
I ever hear are complaints about her, Draper. Your resenting Margo has just become something automatic no matter what she does.
There's only one thing she does, and that's to try to turn you into a
That
little girl
isn't
again.
true.
Of course it's true. She doesn't want to be your mother, April. She wants to be your mommy.
Who is it?
Delivery man.
Delivery? I didn't have a delivery.
Flowers.
Yes, ma'am. Just sign right here, please. I love you.
Draper?
What is it, honey? A bad dream?
No. Oh, it was a good dream. It was wonderful because it was true. Oh, please don't ever let me do it again.
Do what?
Go to bed without you. Oh, especially when you're mad at me.
Hey, now, wait a minute, young lady. You're the one that was angry with me. Wasn't I?
Oh, it takes two to tango, remember?
Or three.
Oh, come on.
Now, wait a second. Honey, I think you got the wrong impression about what I said. Sometimes I get hot-headed. Say things I don't mean.
Heck of a thing for a lawyer to do.
It's a heck of a thing for anybody to do. Especially when they hurt somebody they're supposed to care more about than anyone else in the world.
Draper, does that mean you didn't mean it? You know that you won't get Margo mixed up in all this murder business?
No, wait a second. What I meant was, I don't want you to think I'm trying to get her mixed up in all of this. I want the truth to come out because I want Winter to be freed.
Draper, that's what I want too. I like Winter. And I believe in her because she's your client.
And you believe in your mother. Simply because she's your mother.
Can't some things be simple sometimes, huh?
Sure. They can be simple sometimes.
Why don't you get undressed and get under the covers?
Oh, believe me, there's nothing I would like better than that.
Well, why don't you do it? You can hardly keep your eyes open.
Honey, I've got a lot of work to do.
You don't have any work that can't wait until tomorrow, Draper. Come on, please.
Honey, I've got to be in court tomorrow morning.
Not until 10 o'clock. Come on.
I'm expecting a call.
A call from who?
From whom?
Whom?
From the police. I had a question. And I called them, and they're looking up the answer. They're going to call me right back.
Well, what could be that important?
I'll let you know more about it when I find out myself.
Oh, poor baby. You're exhausted, and yet you just keep pushing. Okay, come on, you just go to sleep, and if the phone rings, I'll wake you up, okay?
Oh, phone, honey, I disconnected it here.
Oh, well, I can hear it in the living room. I'm gonna stay awake. I just want to look at you.
I'm afraid there's not much to look at right now.
I know. Oh, Draper, if you only knew how many times I dreamed about lying in bed next to you, just watching you. Who says dreams don't come true?
She was really in a strange mood, Miles. Never seen Margo act that way.
Well, her whole life's a little bit strange, isn't it? I mean, just a few weeks ago, she was probably thinking about Eliot Dorn as a charlatan turned drunk. Now she's got to think about him as her loving husband.
I wonder if he really is.
What do you mean, he's her husband?
At the adjective.
Oh, that's something we'll never know, isn't it?
Well, I know how I feel. And I think my first impression was right. I don't think Margo had any illusions when she entered this marriage.
That's something to be said for not having any illusions, isn't there? Actually, I think that probably Margo's marrying Eliot Dorn has the flavor of a business decision to it.
Oh, I suppose you could put it that way.
I don't mean to say she's, devoid of feeling.
Oh, well, she isn't. I can swear to it. Margo's just as human as the rest
No,
of
but listen, she has managed to order her life in a very businesslike manner, I mean, she considers carefully every step she takes.
I wonder.
I'm sure she considered very carefully the advantages and the disadvantages of marrying Eliot Dorn.
I wonder if it wasn't an impulse. Act act of spite.
Spite? What do you mean?
Because of you. Because we were married. Thank heavens.
I'd hate to think that was her reason. I mean, to get back at us by hurting herself, that doesn't make much sense, does it?
Well, people do things like that.
They don't do that once they've grown up.
Well, do we ever really grow up?
I don't know. Maybe we don't. Still, I think Margo's a damn fool if that was her motivation. I know it's very fashionable to talk about realistic marriages and all that. Can't expect to be happy if you marry out of spite, can you?
No, I don't think you can. I don't care about fashionable or unfashionable. I still believe in marrying for love.
I agree. There's nothing like it.
You know, I'm sure that's what Margo wants most. Someone to love who loves her. And I suppose that's probably what she wants from April.
Yeah, she has been making a determined effort to win over my little sister, hasn't she?
I think it's more important to her than her marriage. I don't think Margo's gonna let Eliot Dorn or anybody else stand between her and April.
Anybody else? Does that mean Draper?
I hope not. I hope this situation doesn't turn into some sort of ugly triangle.
Hope so, too. But listen, we're talking too much. We're not a triangle. We're a twosome.
On the dotted line.
Oh, damn it.
Nothing like romance.
Oh. Hello.
Draper, I got the information for you a little sooner than I expected. It seems that gun was purchased fairly recently, I'd say within the past 5 or 6 months, so the registration was pretty near the top of the list.
Oh, whose gun is it?
Draper, that gun is registered in the name of Margo Huntington.
Bill, there's no question.
There's no question about it at all, Draper. The gun is listed as a .25 caliber, and the ownership is given as personal protection.
Oh, good Lord.
Look, Draper, I would like to get that weapon over to ballistics now, just as soon as possible.
Yeah, of course.
Draper, what's the matter?
Now, I'll have that gun to you first thing in the
Gun?
morning.
What gun? What are you talking?
April, I'll explain it to you in a minute.
Draper, I really don't see any point in waiting until morning. I mean, there's still a chance that I can get a ballistics comparison tonight. Supposing I send a police officer around to pick it up.
No, Bill, that's not necessary. I'll bring it down there myself. If this is the weapon, I'm going to want to know about it.
Oh, my God.
Thanks a lot. I'll see you in a while.
Weapon? What are you talking about? Is that the gun that killed Wade Meacham?
We don't know yet, honey.
Well, is this, well, how'd it get here? I mean, it wasn't here an hour ago.
It was delivered anonymously.
What are you going to do with it? I mean, is this going to help Winter? Is this going to hurt her? What?
We don't know yet.
Well, do you know whose it is?
Yeah, we know whose it is.
Whose is it?
The gun belongs to Margo. I'm not saying she used it, April, but it's just registered in her name.
No.
April, I just checked with the chief. He checked the records for me.
No, this is a trick. This is just a horrible trick you're playing to help Winter.
April, I'm not doing anything. This gun arrived here the same way those flowers got here.
Coincidence? Is that it? A last-minute miracle to save your case?
Now, wait a second, April.
No, I know exactly what you're doing, Draper. You're trying to win your case and get rid of Margo at the same time. You're trying to railroad my mother straight into prison.